Hey everyone, Sue from Sisters de Santiago here. After walking the Camino de Santiago a few times, we're leveling it up big time for the Tour du Mont Blanc. Think steep climbs, mountain huts, and way more sun. And yep, way more brutal elevation changes that's going to test every muscle we have. And because of that, packing ultralight isn't just a nice to have, it's survival. After tons of research, trial and error, we've nailed down exactly what we're carrying on our backs for this 100-mile Alps adventure. Spoiler alert, it's what we need, not necessarily what we want. So those comfy yoga pants that came on the last Camino with us are going to have to be left behind. Curious what makes the cut? Let's jump in and unpack it all. First up, the backpack itself. I'm using my trusty Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. Yes, it's a 60 liter, but no, I'm not hauling a tent or a full kitchen, but this thing only weighs 1.97 pounds and it compresses down really nicely. It's super comfy. It has pockets exactly where I want it to be, so I just love it. So this is the one that's coming with me. I'm also bringing the Osprey Ultralight Collapsible stuff pack, which weighs only 0.33 ounces. It's perfect for hauling my toiletries to the bathroom, keeping my valuables close, and will come in super handy when we're walking around the albergues or when we have our town days. Trekking poles, in my opinion, are essential, especially on the TMB. So I am bringing my Black Diamond Alpine Carbon Cork trekking poles. These babies weigh just over 1 pound and are going to be fabulous. We did look into purchasing them in Chamonix when we arrived, but we decided to go ahead and check ours on the plane with us. What we'll do is we will duct tape both sets of our poles together and we will check them that way. All right, let's move on to footwear. If you've watched any of our videos this summer, you know we have had some dilemmas. And we actually ended up ditching our ultras and we made the switch to the Topo. And we are very happy so far. Plus they're lighter. They've got a better fit. We're hopefully going to enjoy these. They do have a 5mm drop, so it'll be interesting to see how they do long term versus the Ultra with 0 drop. The hut shoes we're going to be packing for this trip are the Birkenstocks Arizona Essentials EVA, and they're only 4 ounces. And so they're much more streamlined and lighter than the Tevas that we usually bring. And so we're excited about them. We both love Birkenstock. Let's move on to hydration. So my water setup's pretty simple. I've decided to go with smart water bottles instead of a water bladder. And I'm bringing one liter, and I'm also bringing 2 700 milliliters. So most of the time I will just have the 1 liter and then the 700 milliliter in use, but there are going to be a couple days where I need to have more water, so I am bringing an extra one just for those days. One of the things I will also be doing for hydration is using an electrolyte mix. I am using LMNT and I am in love with their watermelon flavor. So I have one for each day and I will just put this in my water and drink that along the way. Also bringing a Katadyn BeFree water filter. This is also a 1 liter. This will allow me to fill up in streams along the way when I don't have access to the drinkable water. It also will allow me to have nice cold water when I need as well. Again, this is going to be used when I need it. I can drink right out of this, or I can fill up one of my other bottles. But it gives me some flexibility on how I want to utilize water that day, given what is available. Sleeping in huts means no tent, but you are required to bring at least a liner with you. And the one I'm bringing is the Sea to Summit Premium Silk Liner. And I'm not going to bring the case, I will just bring the liner. And also I am bringing a handful of earplugs with me. These are silicone and they form right to your ear. They do get a little nasty after a while, so I'll bring a couple different pairs so I can dispose of them if needed, and also if I lose one, because I don't want to take any chances of not being able to sleep good at night. I'm skipping the poncho this time, and I am going to be bringing a rain jacket and a pack cover. And the rain jacket I have is a new one, and it's from Zpacks. It's the Vertice rain jacket, and it only weighs 5.1 ounces. So it's super light, it's super breathable. It's got this pit zips, and you'll see it is very long, so it actually covers part of my shorts or my pants, whatever I'm going to be hiking in that day. So I'm really excited about this one. Also, I'm bringing my trusty Zpacks pack cover, which only weighs 1.4 ounces. I've used this before and love it. So this is what we got for clothing. One of the outfits I'll be hiking in is a REI Swiftland short sleeve shirt, and of course this one's got our logo on it, and also some Mountain Hardwear Bermuda shorts that I'm really enjoying. It's really nice just to have some extra pockets. I will be bringing my handy dandy rabbit skirt that I have worn in the past. This will be great for when I'm in town and washing this if it's hot out, or in the albergues. And I also have one more of the very thin and short sleeve t-shirt. So I'll be switching out this, wearing this when I'm washing this one. Another top I'm bringing, and I've been trying out quite a bit this summer, is actually a sun hoodie. I've never done any hiking with sun hoodies, but because there's going to be so much exposed areas and the sun's going to be super bright, I think that this might be something I'll be wearing quite often. It is from Outdoor Research. It's the Echo Sun Hoodie, and I've done a ton of research on different ones, and this one has gotten great reviews, and I actually been enjoying it. When I am not wearing that and I'm just wearing the short sleeve, I will be wearing probably both parts of my hat. This is a piece that comes right off. It snaps off, and it does protect the back of my neck and the sides of my neck when I'm in full sun. I am bringing a puffy jacket. So this is an REI puffy jacket. It's lightweight. I've brought this on many of the Caminos in the past. I am bringing a pair of thin liner gloves in case it does get cold on some of those passes. And I have very thin, long pants. I have hiked in these before, but they could also be worn when I'm hanging around the huts, and these are from North Face. I will be bringing 3 pairs of socks and 2 pairs of silk liners. This year I've decided to go ahead and use the Darn Tough socks with silk liners instead of the 1,000 Mile socks, which I've used in the past. So you'll only see 2 pair here and 1 here because I will be wearing the other ones. I do have merino wool underwear. I'm bringing 2 pair of underwear and 2 bralettes and handy dandy buff. I also decided to go ahead and bring a bandana, primarily to use as Kleenex so I can blow my nose, and I'll just wash this out every night. I find that it's probably going to be a little bit better than having lots of spare little pieces of Kleenex in my pocket. So we'll give this a try. One thing I am going to be carrying, but not wearing on the trail, but wearing in the evenings, is compression socks. I have found in the past that I've really loved using these when I'm sleeping at night. It really helps for the next morning and also on the plane. So there you have it. That is the clothes I will be bringing. So this is my kit for my foot care, and every morning I will be putting on Vaseline between my toes and my heels. I have my sheep's wool if I have a hot spot and I want to wrap it. I also have clippers and a nail file, and I have some Compeed patches if I do get a bad blister, and some Leukotape that I have cut into strips and put onto this sticky paper so I can just cut what I need with my tiny little Swiss Army knife scissors. And also I've got 5 of these little iodine pads, and that will be to clean this area before I use any of these products. And triple antibiotic ointment, and these little cushions here. All of this stuff I actually have talked about in another video on blisters, and I will put a link to that down below. I will be bringing a little needle and thread as well, and a couple band-aids just in case, and I think that's it. But important, because when you're on the trail, you might be walking through little towns here and there, but it might not be the timing you're going to need. And I know you're not supposed to pack your fears, but after our trip up to Conundrum and both of us getting bad blisters, just didn't want to take any chances. And so this to me is really important. Let's talk about some toiletries. So here's my little toiletry bag. It's another Dyneema bag, super lightweight, waterproof. Let's go ahead and unpack it. I have 2 knee braces. I've been going to physical therapy and I've been doing a lot of training this summer. I haven't had to use them, but I don't want to take any chances, especially on those downhills. So those guys are coming. I'm bringing a cooler cloth this year. Instead of bringing lots of toilet paper, I'll only have to bring a little toilet paper, and then I'll be using this guy. For sun protection, I have a new product here. It's Super Goo Glow Stick, and it's 50. It's a lot lighter than normal sunscreen, and you just rub this on. So I'm excited about this new product. And I'm also bringing a Mineral 50 SPF powder, and this will be used for my face. Here is my ultralight towel, and I love this thing. It dries really fast. It's wonderful. Tiny little deodorant. Here is my Matador case with a half of bar of Dr. Bronner's soap. This will be used to not only wash my body, but also wash my clothes. Let's see, we have Glide. Don't want to get anything stuck in my teeth. And along that same lines, a little Tom's toothpaste and tiny little toothbrush. I also have a comb, and I actually have 2 little lip stuff here. They're both 50s. I tend to lose one, so I want to have another one with me, so I've got 2. This is a little face lotion that's been decanted into a small little container. I do have these tiny little shampoo and conditioners. I use just a little bit. I don't have really thick hair, so this will go a long way for me. Here is a little bitty pouch with various medicines I need, ibuprofen, NyQuil. I have a couple Sudafed in here, just stuff that I have found I wasn't able to ever find in Spain along the Camino, so I'm just going to bring a couple of each just to be on the safe side. I will probably take a NyQuil on the plane too to help me sleep on the way there. I have this tiny little cork ball, and this will be great to rub my feet and my hamstrings, my glutes at the end of the day. So I'm really excited. This is my little luxury thing. And I have 4 clips for hanging clothes in case the huts don't have enough, which I have found usually is the case, and a 4 diaper pins, which will allow me to hang stuff on my pack and walk the next day if they did not dry the night before. I have a hair tie, and I have a hair clip. Here's my little bag of toilet paper I'll be bringing, and hopefully won't have to use this on the trail much, but better be safe than sorry. I have my sunglasses in a really lightweight case. I have some reading glasses, which I'll need every so often. And I have a little chum's wallet, and I will have my money in here, my credit card, my ATM card, my driver's license, and of course, got to bring your passport. For your lunches on the trail or snacks, I've decided to go ahead and bring this waterproof Dyneema bag. It allows me to go ahead and put something in here, close it up, so if it leaks, it's not going to leak all over my stuff. Also, I'm bringing one large bag, Ziploc, and a small one as well. Let's talk electronics. I'm going to be putting everything in this little Dyneema 2-liter pack, and it's 0.7 ounces. It's waterproof, which is going to be great on the trail. I will unpack this and show you what I have. Some pieces are for our vlogging, but some are just going to be needed for everyday electronics. For example, it's this European travel plug adapter, which is wonderful because it has multiple ports and it's fast charging. My iPhone, which I'm filming on now, will be coming with me, as well as the mag case that it's being held by. I'm also going to be bringing my earbuds, and these little earbuds are wonderful. They're by Soundcore. Well, they're by Anchor, and they're called the Soundcore Sleep A20, and they're very tiny and they fit right in your ear. I can use these at night while I'm listening to, say, water or stream sounds to kind of block out anybody that's snoring if I don't want to use my earplugs. Or I can be using these while we're on the trail and listening to a book or some music. And of course, you have to have a charging cable with them. I have my Fitbit, and that will have a charging cable. For the vlogging kit, I'm going to be bringing the Hollyland Lark M2 wireless mics, and that's what this is here. Amory and I will both be having them. And I'm also bringing a power bank, an extra large power bank this year. This is 20,000 versus the 10,000 that I've done in the past. I just want to make sure that we're not going to be running out. Sometimes on past Caminos we did run out, and I wasn't able to finish filming every day. This is by Nightcore. I have the 10,000 power bank, which is fabulous, but this one's the 20. A little heavier, but I'm going to need this. Let me see, what else? A cloth to wipe the phone so I don't have smudges, and the extra cable so I can charge my phone. For a little extra protection, we are going to be spraying our backpacks and sleeping liners with the Primo Bug Spray. This will hopefully give us a little extra protection against any issues that we might face with bed bugs. Hopefully we won't, but it's always good to be a little bit on the safer side. All right, let's go ahead and pack it up and weigh it and see what it comes in at. I'm curious myself. I am not including the weight of my shoes nor my trekking poles because I will be using those or wearing those. So let's see what we got. 11.52 pounds. Nice. That beats last year. So no food or water, but I do have the containers in here for the water. So 11.52. I'm really excited. That's the best weight I've had on a Camino so far. And given the elevation change on the TMB, I'm really excited. Thanks for sticking with me and walking through this. If you want a detailed list, it will be in the description below. And if this video is helpful, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to watch our journey, please do subscribe. And for now, Sue from Sisters to Santiago signing off. We are leaving in 3 short days for the Tour du Mont Blanc, so super excited. So I'll talk to you soon. See you on the trail.